Hello, the Path Regional people. I don't know your name, but I was called to show you. I'm Lori Broccoloni with the How to Identify and Release Your Horse's Pain Points. Sorry this video hopefully is going to be turned out okay, but with the weather that's been so bad in the upcoming conference, this is the best I can do. Unfortunately, we have a pig over here, and hopefully she'll be quiet. Maybe even get Derek over here to calm him down. But what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the reason why you want to know where your horse's pain points is, because you want to know where your horse is unbalanced. Okay, so what's this horse's name? Is Pepper. So the first thing we're going to look at is his eyes. And you can see that this eye over here is lower than this eye. And so that means that he's unbalanced. Okay, his eyes are supposed to be even. And we'll even them out in just a second. And so the next thing you do is you take your hand and you roll it over his atlas like this way, and it feels like you just take and roll it. I don't know why his mane is right here. Just make sure that, there we go. So this side is higher, and that would be normal because this eye is higher than this eye. And the reason why you want to know that is because you want to see where your horse is unbalanced. Now, when they're unbalanced, they might trip, they might not track up, they might not do their canter or their leads right. What's he doing? Oh, you're right. And they might not, might not bend very well or jump very well. They canter. Cross counter, they call it. And so if you have a horse doing that, I'm going to show you how you can release them. And you can buy my book, How to Identify and Release Your Horse's Pain Point, from my website, happynaturalhorse.com. And you can learn how to do this yourself, okay? So the next point you're going to do is you're going to keep your hands straight, and you're going to come down their neck and look for bumps. And he's got a little tiny one there. And then we're going to look on this side, and we're going to check this way. And you have to have your horse straight, and anybody could do that. So he has a bump here. And so to save time, what you do is you just keep your hand here, and then you keep it locked, and then you turn his head in, and then you push, and the horse will release the bump, and he's licking and chewing. And so you feel it again, and now it went in. So we're going to do the other side just to save time, and I'll do the atlas in a minute. But it's extremely cold here. And so what you do is you find the bump, then you push it in when you pull the head around. And then you wait for it, and if he doesn't, you can do it again. If he doesn't release, but it felt like it released. Hold it. Yeah. It went in. No. So it's lower, so you had two there. So we're going to bring him around again. And if he backs up, you back up with him, and then you push it. Good. And if he doesn't release all the time, sometimes they lick and chew, sometimes they hold it. He's a chestnut, so sometimes they hold things inside of him. But let me check it. So it did go in. It's a lot smoother. Yep, he's fine. So the next point, stand over there, darling, is over here. And what you want to do is you want to check their front shoulder, and there's a rib in here. And this rib will lock up, and they'll be tight. If he's a little tight in here, you have to keep your hand over here to block the energy right here, and then you push this way. So to release that, it's real easy. And you can check the other side too. So we'll check the other side, but it's probably going to be the same. This horse came off, I think, the track, right? Came off the track. And it goes a little deeper here, but you want to roll in. But it's supposed to be really soft. So what we're going to do is, this little girl here is going to pick up his foot, and you're going to pick it, like hoof pick it, and I'm going to hold him. And I don't want you to manhandle hold him, pick it up like you're going to pick his foot. Good. Now, what you want to do is you want to bring the knee back a little bit, we're gonna release the front shoulder and just hold it there, and it's gonna spring, and then he's gonna put his foot down, all right? So you're gonna take his head, and you're gonna push his nose to his belly, like this, so he springs. Just like that. And that'll pop that side in. See that? So she's gonna get the other side. She's gonna do the same thing, and I'll check him, and he's a lot better. There we go. Well, she got his leg up. So, and what we're gonna do, you want to try and keep the head down, and then you're gonna push his nose to the belly, and see if we popped it in. And if we didn't, we'll try it again. He was sort of uneven. Pick it up again. So you can do it a couple times, and you know it takes practice. And yeah, you need 2 people. Just put that knee back a little bit more. You want the knee to be even, okay? And so what we're gonna do, he's anticipating it. That's about as far as he could go with that right now, but at least he licked and chewed. And so what you'll see is, that it's going to give a more defined line. But for some reason, he's still tight. I don't know why. Let's pick that foot up one more time. On the other side. On the other side. See if we can get more spring here. Put the knee back a little bit more. There we go. Good girl. What are you doing? What's wrong? You're playing fun. Anyways, turn them this way so you can see, and it's a little better. So maybe we have to do the front legs. So we got the neck. That's how you get it defined. You see, it's more defined now. So then you go to the rib, and he's real flinchy. He's a little flinchy there. So that's the front rib. This is the front rib, but we call it the shoulder rib. And this is called the girth rib over here. See how he's just poking around? So what you do is you pick up his leg, and you rotate. Oh! And you see how he pushed down? So he already popped it in. When they push down like that, you see, he popped it in. You see that? He popped it in. Okay, so now we're going to do the other side. There's 2 sides to the horse. Okay, and you need to do this to your therapy horses to keep them from being unbalanced. He's a little flinchy there. So we're going to pick this leg up, and we're going to rotate it. But because he pushed down on me, and you just going to rotate it out. Then put it down. Good. And now he's not flinchy. Okay. So then, walk him over here, baby. Well, you can see this, but we're going to see if his withers are out. This is number 1 reason horses go to slaughter. And you see how he's flinching? You see that? So that means his withers are out, and you can even push him down on each side, and he's out. We might have to do him physically. Okay, and then we're going to check his back ribs. So his spine's here, the little vertebrae are here, and then his where they attach to the ribs is right here. I think it's called the vertebrae. So these are the little spines, and then it's right here where the vertebrae is. You see how and you got to have your hand down here, and you got to go like this, which it shows you in the DVD in the workbook, and he's flinching. Okay, so since we're here, as long as his feet are flat, you can check his hips, and you can see that his hips are not even, and this is his pelvis. But you can take your fingers and you go to the front of this bone, and you bring it together, and he's out this far in his hips, that far. That's pretty far. So he's probably gonna cross canter. These are his stifles. He's more out on that side than he is on this side, but they'll buckle. You see how he's buckling? So that means his stifles are down here, but this is the acupressure point right here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put his pelvis back in, and then I'm going to open up hold him so he doesn't go forward. And you're just going to pop him in. Good. It's like, whoa! And you can even see how his back raised from doing that. And so we bring his hips, we find the bone over here, come over, and now his hips are in. Now, just by doing that, his stifles are in. Okay? So we're going to work on his atlas. Nice tight tail. You want a tight tail on your horse. Some people say it's trust issues, but if your horse really trusts you, you still want a tight tail. I mean, my mare will put her tail all the way up, but I want to make sure it's tight. If it's not tight, you have a health issue. See, now I released. And the poop looks good. So, you grab the tail. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hold sideways, and we're going to look over the horse, and we're going to bring up our energy, and we're going to just hold it. And he is pulling me. So I'm going to have to lock my foot in more while he's pulling me. And I'm putting his atlas in the front end. I'm opening up his spine, even though a vet will tell you that you cannot do that, but you can, because I've done it 100,000 times. And it just makes the horse relax and put his atlas and his eyes back in. And I just wait for him to stop pulling. But he's a chestnut, so he's a little bit of a baby. But we'll see. You can't hurt a horse doing this. And so come over here, and I just want to show you when you do the buttocks, you use your two thumbs, you come here, and on either side, hold the horse, and you push in. And if the horse moves, you go with it, but because it's so dirty, we're not going to do that. So, now, we're going to go ahead, you can see on this side, he's not flinching anymore. You can see that his hips are, he's locked, you can see it. Flat. So now we're going to put the withers in. So you're going to take your hands and you're going to cuff them like this. Anybody can do this. A 3-year-old can do it too. And you're going to find that groove underneath there. There's a groove there. And we're going to come underneath there and we're going to lift him up. And you're going to hold it and lift up and look up and breathe 30 seconds at least. And you can bring your hand down here a little bit, but if your horse has an ulcer, he's going to kick the hell out of you. So you want to be careful of that. The ulcer point is over here. You push up, and if he's flinchy, then you know you have a digestion or ulcer problem, and you need to address that. And usually what I do is I use bentonite clay to address the ulcers. So now what I'm going to do is check the back ribs, and these are in, because usually when you do the underneath and lift them up, it puts the back ribs in. But if they don't go in, the ribs go this way, you just push up like this, just a little bit. But he's already in, so he's not going to show it. Now let's see if those withers are going to flinch. And you see that they're not flinching at all. And they won't go out unless he really runs around and bucks and kicks and whatever. But that's what you want to check before you ride, before you put your therapeutic kids on there, is you want to be able to check these withers, the stifles, and the hips. But the hips are going to stay in, okay? They're going to stay in. So let's see. Is it better to see this way or the other way with the film? Come over here, turn around, and look how his coat lays down a little bit. Come on. And let's see, get his head down. What? Get your head down. Get your head down. Little Arabian head. Now you gotta work on getting this horse's head down. So I'm gonna check his atlas. I'm gonna roll over. And it's a little tight, but it feels like it's even. So let me back him up. Let's see if you can see his eyes. Because I can't see his eyes. I don't like that pig, and I don't blame him. they're straight across. You see that? They came straight across. So this eye is not as high as this eye. So, yep, it went lower. Isn't that amazing? Just amazing. So, those are your equine pain point release. And the reason why they are important is because now he can move better. We would show you, but this place is muddy. And we don't really have a place, so, and I haven't been able to find a place because it's muddy everywhere right now. So, but you can buy the book and you can learn to do this yourself. The students, I can also come to your farm and do a clinic and a workshop there if you'd like. You can contact me at www.happynaturalhorse.com or Natural Equine Remedies. What you doing, Pepper? Yeah. Thank you.